1.3 line.
Since the World Health
You follow him again?
a global pandemic.
Okay, so first thing we're going to go over the slope of the line. So here the first part of this section is the slope of a line. So I'm going to give you the formula for the slope. So a slope of the line slope of a line that passes points A, x1, y1, and the point B is x2, y2 is given by m equal the difference of y's over the difference of x, y of y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So this is the formula of the slope between 2 points. Slope of the line. This line passes 2 points. So first things we have to know the slope of the horizontal line and the slope of vertical line. So suppose I have a horizontal line in the Cartesian plane like this. And this again here, this is the y-axis here. And this is the x-axis. And I have a horizontal line. This line passes a point, for example, y. And it passes 2 points. The first point is x1, y. And the point here, the second point is x2, y. So the y is fixed, okay? First point x1, second point here x2. The y is fixed for the horizontal line. So we are applying this formula. What we get? What is the slope for this horizontal line? M equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So what is my y1 here? What is my y1? What is the y1 in the horizontal line? It's y. Look, it's y. Same point is y. So it's y minus. What is the y2 for the second point? It's again y. So y minus y over x2 is different about x1. So x2 minus x1. So what is the slope for horizontal line? M equal y minus y is 0 over x2 minus x1 is 0. So the slope always for horizontal line is 0. So always is 0. Okay? So the slope for any horizontal line is always 0. Okay. Now, what is the slope for vertical line? Let me draw a vertical line. So suppose my vertical line like this. Okay, and this vertical line, so again, this is my y-axis, and this is my x-axis. And this vertical line pass this point, this is, I call it x. So passing this point and this point. So this point has different y's. Both of these points have different y's, but the same x. So here, x2. So again, what is the slope formula?
y2 minus y1 over
Exactly.
x2 minus x1.
Yes. So here my point, it is x comma y1, and here is x comma y2. So we are applying inside this formula, what we get? Who will do it? This is the first point, here's the second point, just to plug inside the formula.
Would it be the same like the last example would be y minus y minus
2,
yeah,
yeah.
y2 minus y1
Over what?
over x2.
It's x here, it's fixed. X
Oh,
minus x, right?
yeah.
So x minus x. So what I get here, y2 minus y1 over x minus x is,
0.
what is x minus 0? And how is this fraction look like? Is defined?
It's undefined.
It's undefined. So anything, the fraction here over 0, so it's undefined. This is mean there is no slope for vertical line. So no slope for vertical line. But here we have slope, but is always 0. The slope for horizontal line always 0. Okay? But for vertical line is undefined, so no slope for vertical line. What about if the line look like this? Like that. So if the line, so here again the Cartesian plane, and again this is Cartesian plane. So the line like this, and here the line like that. So for this one here, if I take any 2 points in this line, suppose this point and this point, such that this point has different x and y coordinates. So x1, comma y1, and this point is x2, comma y2. Here, when we plug inside the formula, m equals something y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So m here is equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Here the slope will be positive, always positive. So if the line look like this, the slope here always positive. So m is always positive. For this one, if this line passing 2 points, suppose this point and this point. Here, by the way, this is my y-axis. Here is the x-axis. Here is the x-axis. Here is the y-axis. So this point again, suppose it's x1, comma y1, and here is x2, comma y2. So the slope here, after we plug it inside the formula, we get it minus. This means the slope for this line always negative. So again, m equal y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. It's always negative. So here m always negative. So again, let me do a review. If the line is horizontal, this is mean the slope is 0. Second one, if the line is vertical, there is no slope because it gave me undefined after we plug inside the formula. Third one, if the line look like this, so the slope is positive. Fourth one, if the line like this, the slope was always negative. Here is positive, here is negative. Any question? Okay, if there is no question, let me give you example. So the example is find slope of a line that of a line passes the points P is 2 and 1, and the second point is Q is 8 and 5. Who will solve this example? Who will do this example? Just plug inside the formula. Yes.
So the formula is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1.
Perfect. x2 minus x1. Now, what is y1? Which one you want to use the point?
y2 is 5
5.
minus y1, which is 1,
Okay.
over 8 minus
8.
2.
minus 2, yes. And they give me here 5 minus 1 is
4
4
over 6.
over 6. We can
And
simplify it.
2 divided by 2.
Divide by 2, they
Gives
give me
2
2 over
and 3.
3. This is true. So again, here, this is here, the point here is my x1, and this is my y1. This is my x2. This is my y2. And you plug inside this formula. You get 2 over 3. So look here, the slope is 2 over 3. The slope here is positive. Why? Because 2 over 3 slope m equal 2 over 3. It is positive number. This means the line is gonna be look like this one, number 3. I said if the slope is positive, the line will be look like this. Okay? So here the slope is positive, so it will looks like number 3 in the back. In the previous slide.
Hey, Tracy, you can't say no.
Okay. So now let's go over the equation of the line. So I give you the formula. So the equation of the line, the equation of a line that passes the point x1 comma y1 and has a slope m is given by y minus y1. This is the y1, the y coordinate of this point, equal the slope m, this is the slope, times x minus x1. x1 is the x coordinate of this point. So let me give you example. So example, find an equation of a line past the point 1 and minus the 3 with a slope minus 2. Who will do this example? What is my point? What is the slope? And you plug inside the formula. Who will do that? This example? Okay,
equals -2 parentheses x minus 1.
yes, exactly. So she said y minus y1, it is here, -3, equal the slope, it's -2 times x minus x1 is 1. So again, to find an equation of a line, I need two things. You have to know these two things. The first thing I need always point, and I need slope. So always I need point. This is my point. It's 1 comma -3. And always I need slope. It is -2. This is the two things I need to find an equation of the line. And I plug inside the formula y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. So y minus y3, y2, y1, sorry. So my y1 is this one. It's -3, and this is my x1. So again, I get y plus 3, because minus times minus is positive, equal, I can distribute the 2 inside. So I get minus 2x, and here -2 times -1, they give me +2. I can simplify this equation by subtracting 3 for both sides, because I want to solve it in terms of y. So -3 minus 3, I get y equal -2x plus 2 minus 3, it gave me -1. Okay. Any question for that so far? How to find the equation of a line? Second question, sketch this line. So number 2 for this example. So this is number 1 for here, number 1. Number 2, sketch the line. I don't need to sketch the line exactly. I just need to draw or to choose which line it's gonna be look like from this 4 option, the blue one. First one, this the horizontal line. Second one, the vertical line, and this is number 3, and this is number 4. So how we can sketch this line? Which one of this it's going to work with this equation? So to know that, we have to look for what? The slope, like I said. So what is the slope here for this example? What is the slope for the example?
-2.
-2. So this is mean, which of these are working with -2?
Negative
Which
slope.
which graph is working with the -2 here?
Graph 4.
The slope here is negative. This is mean. Which one has negative slope? Yes, it's number 4. Look, number 4. If the slope is negative, the graph is gonna be like this thing here. Look, the slope is negative. Okay. So let's go back to the example. So here the slope is negative. Here the slope is -2. So this is mean it's negative number. So going back to the fourth graph in the beginning, so the line will look like something like that. So the equation, first of all, y equal -2x minus 1 minus 2x minus 1. So be like this. Since when we plug the 0 inside this equation, they give me y equal -1. So this is mean there's 0 and -1. So at 0, here the 0, it will be like here -1. And the graph will be look like this. And again, this is my x-axis. And this is the y-axis. And this is the graph of the line. Any questions so far? No questions? So let me give you another example. Find an equation of a line that passes the points -1, 2, and the point 3 and -4. So I will give you like around 2 minutes to think how we can do this example. But first, let me remind you, to find an equation of a line, I need two things. The first thing is I need a point and I need a slope. So try to find this point and try to find the slope to solve this, to find the equation of this line. I give you 1 minute to think about this example. Okay, any idea how we can solve this example? So what is the slope? Yes. Yes, Stephen. Any idea how we can solve this example?
So first, you have to use the equation. Y2 minus Y1
Okay.
over X2 minus X1. So it's going to be -4 minus 2.
So he said we have to find the equation of the slope. So m y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So
Yeah.
he said -4 minus
2.
minus 2 over what?
3 plus 1.
3 plus 1, because -1 is plus 1. And what they give me?
-6.
6 over what?
4.
4. And we can simplify these things. What we get?
-3 over 2.
Over 2. This is perfect, Stephen. So next step, what we have to do? He find the slope. So this is the first step. What's the second step?
Y equals negative. Oh, that's not how you.
Ah,
Okay,
so
my bad.
he,
I have a different way that I do it, but I'm not sure. I just.
no, it's good. So
Okay.
I find the slope. I need the point. Which point would you like to choose from these 2 points? I need the point.
I use -1 and 2.
-1 and 2. Perfect. And he plug it inside the formula. Y minus what? Y1 equal m times x minus x1. Can you do it, Stephen?
Yeah,
Yeah, what is it?
equal to 2.
Oh, you find the
No, my bad. No, minus. I meant Y
minus,
minus 2.
-2. Okay, equal.
-3 over 2.
Yes. Times what? X minus what?
Plus 1. It should be
Plus
plus
1.
1. Yeah.
Yes. We simplify it, what we get?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you solve it to the end, or
I didn't finish it, but -2
oh,
equal to
-2 equal? You distribute this one, right?
-3 over 2x.
X
Minus 3 over 2.
2. Yes. Then
Then you bring plus 2 on both sides.
yes. So he add 2 for both sides. I get y equal what?
Y equal to -3 over 2x.
And here plus 2. Like what you get here? So -3
-half.
over 2 plus 2. So this is like a cross multiplying, because this is actually equal over 1. So 2 times 2 is 4. -3 times 1 is -3 over 2. And they give me 4 minus 3 over 2 is 1 over 2. Negative plus half.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Stephen. And this is true. So he again, let me explain what he did. First things, he find the slope. The slope is m equal y2 minus 1 y1 over x2 minus x1. He plugged it inside this formula. This is my x1. This is my y1. This is my x2. Here is x2. And this is my y2. And he plugged inside the formula. So y2, it's -4 minus 2 over 3 minus 1 is positive 1. We simplify it here, we get -3 over 2. Then he choose a point. He choose this point. Or you can choose this point, wherever you want. Any one of them is true. So you can choose this point, or you can choose this point. He chose this one. So we do this one. Now we plug inside the formula. The formula said y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. So y1 and x1, it comes from this point. M, it's the slope, -2 over -3 over 2. We plug it inside this formula, and we simplify it, and we solve it for the term y equals something. And this is the equation of for the line that passes these 2 points. Any questions so far? So again, look at the slope here is -3 over 2. This is my mean the graph of this line it's gonna be look like something like that, line like that. Okay. Okay. Now let's go to another things in this section. So an equation of a line. This line has slope m, and it has a y-intercept. So I have a line. This line has two things. The first thing has slope m. Second thing, it has a y-intercept. The y-intercept is b. So the y-intercept for this line is b. So the equation of this line is y equal m x plus b. So this is the m here. This is the m. And this is my b. It's the y-intercept. This is the b. Let me remind you, what is the mean of y-intercept from last class? What is the y-intercept? Who will remind you what is the y-intercept from last class?
It's the y-coordinate of points where the graph of equation intersects the y-axis.
Exactly. Perfect, Mobin. So it's the y-coordinate of point. This point has intersect the graph in the y-axis. A point of intersect intersect the graph with y-axis. Okay, so the y-coordinate of point, this point intercept the graph with the y-axis. So the graph of this line, it looks like y equal mx plus b. Okay. Let me give you example for that. So find an equation of the line with slope 3 and y-intercept is -2. So now I have the slope, I have the y-intercept. Just plug inside this formula. Who will do that?
Y equals
Yes. Y equal
-2
-2
-2 x plus
X.
3.
plus 3. Yes. So you just plug inside the formula y equal -3x plus 3. So again, this is my slope here is equal 3, and the y-intercept is -2. So again, you plug inside the formula. The formula is equal y equal x plus b. Okay. Any questions so far for that? Okay, let me go to the vertical line now. So vertical and horizontal line. So first things we have to know the formula for the vertical line. It says an equation of vertical line through that passes through a comma b is x equal a. Second things we have to know an equation of horizontal line through the point a comma b is y equal b. So let me explain what I said here. So if I have a vertical line, like I said before, the vertical line has undefined slope, or I can say the vertical line does not have any slope, but it has an equation. The vertical line does not have a slope, but it still has equation. So what is the equation of the vertical line? The equation of vertical line, if this vertical line passes a point, this point is a comma b, is the x equal the x coordinate of this point. For the horizontal line I can plug inside the formula such that the horizontal line has slope 0. So this is mean here for the second one here. I know the slope here is 0. So if I want to plug it inside the formula and this horizontal line passes through this point, this is mean if I plug inside the formula y minus y2, y1 equal the slope times x minus x1. So my y1 is b, my x1 is a here is x1, here is y1, and m here is 0. So if I plug inside the formula, so I get y minus b equal m is 0 times x minus x1. x1 is a. So now 0 times this parentheses, they give me 0. So they will cancel everything here. Everything here is cancelled, done. So this is mean y minus b equals 0. Now I add b for both sides. So I get y equal b. This equation, y equal b. Okay. For the first one, because the slope it's undefined, but the line is passing a point, so I can still, if it's undefined, the slope is undefined, still I can find an equation. So the equation will be the first coordinate of the x coordinate of this point is a, x equal a. Let me give example for that. So the question is, number 1, find an equation of vertical line past a point three and 5. What is the equation of the vertical line that passes the point 3 and 5? I have a vertical line, so the slope of the vertical line is undefined, or the slope of the vertical line doesn't have a slope, but still have an equation. So what is the equation of the vertical line by using this property? The first one is x equal a. What is a here?
Three.
A is 3.
3.
So the equation is x equal 3. This is the equation of the vertical line. For the second one, find an equation of horizontal line past the point 4,7. So for the second one, it's horizontal line, and the horizontal line, by using the second property and equation of horizontal, we don't have to plug inside this equation of the line. We can use only direct the equation formula. So find an equation of horizontal line past the point 4 and 7. So for horizontal line, like I said here, the equation is y equal b. So what is my b here?
7.
Yes, so y equals 7. So this is the equation of the line. Or if you want to plug inside the formula like before, but the slope we're going to use it as 0, you will get y equals 7. Any questions so far? Okay. If there is no questions, let's go to the parallel and perpendicular line. So we go over the vertical and horizontal line. We go over any line. We go over the equation of line that has slope and y-intercept. And we go over also the line, any line, by this equation, y minus y1 equal m times the x minus x1. So now let's go over parallel and perpendicular line. So parallel and line. So first things I'm going to talk about the parallel line. So parallel line. So any two parallel lines have the same slope. This is the important point for the parallel line. Let me draw the two parallel line in the xy coordinate. So I have and here I'm going to talk about the perpendicular line in the half of this page. And I'm going to draw a perpendicular line. So for the parallel line, we have to know the important things that any two parallel lines, they have the same slope. So here, any two line, two parallel line lines have the same slope. Okay. So for example, if I have two lines, these two lines look like this. This is the first line here, the blue one. This is the first line here. And this is my second line. And these two lines are parallel to each other. So this is mean the slope of the blue line have the same slope of the red line. So suppose the red line has slope m2 and the blue one has slope m1. So we have to know here m1 is equal m2 is equal m2. The slope of the first line is the same as the slope of the second line. Here the y-axis and here is the x-axis. So the slope of this line is the same as the slope of the second line. This line and this line are parallel to each other. Now for the perpendicular line, here for the perpendicular line, I have to know, let me draw two perpendicular line. This line and this line. Are perpendicular to each other. So here's the okay. So we have to know for perpendicular line, the slope here, it's the reciprocal times the minus. So for example, if the slope of the red line is m1, so the slope of the red one is m1. For example, this is m1 here, slope, and the slope of the red one, the blue one is m2. So here is m2. Let me see. Here is m2. So we have to know there is a relation between these two slopes. Is the relation is here m1 times m2. They give me -1 equal -1. But here the slope m1 equal m2. This is mean m1 times m2. They give me m square, m1 square, such that m1 and m2 are similar to each other. So this is, they give me m1 square or m2 square. It depends in what's the value for m1 or m2. But here, the relation between the first slope and the second slope is they give me -1. So this is mean I can found m1. So m1, I can found it as m1 equal. If the m2 is given, I can found m1 as, this is equal -1. This is equal -1 over m2. Or if m2, if m1 is given and the question asks about m2, I can find it by using the formula. It says m2 equal -1 over m1. It's clear? Is it clear how to find m1 and m2 if one of them is given and both of the line are perpendicular?
Yeah, it's clear.
This is y-axis, and this is my x-axis. So let me give you example for that. So the example is find an equation of the line that pass the point uh, 5, 3, 2, and parallel to the line for x plus 6y plus 5 equals 0. How we can think about this equation? Here they ask about equation. This equation is best this line, but also it's parallel to the another line. The equation of the other line is this. So let me just remind you for something. I said to find an equation of the line, I need two things. I need a point and I need slope. The point is given, so it's good. The slope is not given, I have to find it. How we can find the slope? How we can find the slope? Or another question, from where we can get the slope of the equation?
From the equation.
The other equation, from the parallel line equation. From the parallel line equation.
Parallel line.
So, yeah, from the parallel line equation.
Mhm.
Here, the parallel line has slope something, for example. If the slope of the parallel line m1, so the slope for the equation I'm looking for is m2, and m1 are equal to m2. So this is gonna help me how to find the slope. Again, if the parallel line has a slope m1, so the equation I'm looking for has a slope m2, and m2 is equal to m1, is equal to the parallel line slope. Let me go back to the example. I have a point, I'm looking for the slope, and the slope I can find it from the parallel line. But first of all, this a linear equation, I have to solve it in terms of y. This means I have to make the equation y equal something. So how we can find it? How can I solve this equation in terms of y?
So this would I move 4x and 5 to the other side, so -4. Yeah.
Okay, negative
Then
5,
you
right?
get, yeah,
Okay, perfect. So what I get?
6y equal
Equal.
-4x minus 5.
Nice. Then what I have to do?
Divide 6 from both sides.
Okay, so I can divide 6 from both sides, or I multiply by what?
1/6.
Yes, the reciprocal. Yes. So I multiply everything by 1/6. So what I get now, Stephen?
Y
Y
equal -4x/6
6x.
times -5/6.
Okay, exactly. Nice. I can simplify these things.
You
What I
get
get?
negative 2 over 3x. Then
Minus.
negative 5 over 6.
Thank you so much, Stephen. This is good. This is nice. So now what's my slope?
Negative 2 over 3.
Is negative 2 over 3. What does that mean?
Since it's parallel, the other slope is the same.
Yes, so the other slope, the slope of this equation is the same as the slope of this line. So now I find the slope. So the slope here is negative 2 over 3. So what's the equation?
Y equal negative 2.
No, y minus the equation is 1 minus y1 equal slope times x minus x1. Now you plug it inside this equation, inside the formula.
So Y. We're just gonna use the same. Okay. Oh,
This one.
2. Yeah. All right. So minus 2.
Minus 2 equal,
Negative 2 over 3.
okay, times x
Minus 5.
5.
5. Yeah.
Yes. We can simplify these things.
Bring it up.
So I get, let me distribute.
Plus 2 on both sides. Oh.
Okay. Right? So I get y minus 2 equal.
So negative
What
2
is
over
it? Over
2 over 3x.
Okay.
Then that's 10 over 3.
Okay. Then
You bring 2 on both sides. Plus 2. Y equal negative 2 over 3x. Plus 10 over 3 plus 2.
now y equal negative 2 over 3x. Now these things,
Okay, so that's gonna be
cross multiply.
20 over, no,
Now 3 times 2,
yeah, 6,
6 plus what?
10,
Plus 10,
16,
16 over
3.
3. And this is my equation of this line. Thank you, Stephen, for your answer. Perfect. Okay, let me explain it again fast, how he think about these things. So again, to find an equation of the line, I need two things. The first thing, I need point. Second thing, I need slope. The point is given, it's 5 and 2. 5, 2. The slope is not given, but I have parallel line. So from the parallel line, I can find the slope. And the slope of this parallel line is the same as the slope I'm looking for, the same as the equation I'm looking for slope. So first thing, I have to solve this in term of y. I have to make the equation y equal something. So the equation, after I solve it and I simplify it from by using the previous section of this class, I get y equal minus 2 over 3x minus 5 over 6. This is my slope of this equation. This is my slope. And the slope of this equation, the parallel line, is exactly like the slope of the equation I'm looking for. So the slope now, it's minus 2 over 3. So I have point and I have slope. Now I just plug inside the equation of the line. I put the equation of the line, I plug like before, like previous example. This is my point, this is my slope. I plug it inside this formula. I get in the end y equal minus 2 over 3x plus 16 over 3. Any questions so far? It's clear for all of you?
Yes.
Okay. So now let's give you another example for perpendicular line. So another example. So the example is find an equation of a line that is perpendicular to the line y equal -2/3 x plus 16/3, and pass the point, and this equation passes the point 0, 0. Who will give me the idea for how we can think about this? So again, they asked me about find an equation of another line. This line is perpendicular to the another line, this line. And this line is passing the point 0, 0. So I have point. So again, to find the equation of the line, I need two things. The first thing I need is a point. I need a point. So I need a point. The point is 0, 0 is done. And I need slope. Let me here write point. Zero, 0, and slope. The slope is not given. The point is given, but the slope I can find from the other line. So I have a perpendicular line. Let me go back to the perpendicular formula. So I said, if I have the slope of the blue line, I can't find the slope of the red line. How? By applying this formula, -1 over the given slope. So here, the perpendicular line is given. So first of all, I have to find the slope of the perpendicular line. What is the slope of this perpendicular line?
-2/3. I mean 2/3.
Yes, exactly. So this is the slope of the perpendicular line, -2/3. So if this line is given, the slope of this line is given. Suppose it's m1. So I can find the slope of the second one by applying the formula.
Yeah.
So now let's here write the slope. You want to solve it, Stefan?
Yeah.
Yeah. How can I do it? What's the slope of the perpendicular line?
So assuming this is M1, it's gonna be M2 equal.
Hold on. The slope of the perpendicular line. Perpendicular line is, what is it, Stefan?
M2.
It's -2/3, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what's the slope of the equation?
Okay, so M2 equals,
Equation is, like he said, M2 equal,
since this is already a negative, we're just gonna make it a positive 2/3.
it's apply the formula,
Okay,
-1
it's gonna
over
be minus
1 over what?
-2/3.
Yes. And this is what equal. Okay, let me remind you for something before we do that. I said before, if I see something like that, A over B, this is equal A, the divide become multiply, and we flip the B, the reciprocal of B.
So okay, so
So
it's going
now,
to be -1
okay, time
times -2/3.
3 over 2 or 2
Yeah.
over, yes.
Okay.
So what I get now?
Then you cross multiply. You multiply.
Yeah, multiply. So -1 times this things, they give me 3 over 2.
So yeah.
So this is the slope of the equation. Here we don't have to put 2. Keep it without 2. Keep it. So the slope of the equation is 3 over 2.
Okay. Yeah. Then you do the.
So here I find the slope. What is the slope again? 3 over 2. And I have point. So you apply the formula. What is the formula of the equation?
Y minus Y1
Equal
M
times.
yeah X minus X1.
Okay.
Okay, so 0. Okay, Y equal minus my bad 0
Okay.
equal 3/2
Okay.
X minus 0. We get Y
So
equal
y equal
3/2X.
2 over 2x. Minus 0 is 0.
Yeah.
So this is my equation. Thank you again, Stephen. So this is the equation of the line. I will explain more how we can find this. So again, I need for an equation point and slope. The point is given 3 and 3. The slope I have to find it. How I can find it? From the perpendicular line. So first of all, I have to find the slope of the perpendicular line is given -2 over 3. This is the slope of the perpendicular line. And applying the formula for perpendicular to find the slope of the other, I have to like using the formula -1 of the slope of the perpendicular line. So here again, m equal -1 over the slope of the perpendicular line. By using this formula, I get -1 times the flip of this one. The flip of this one is 3 over -2. Minus times minus is positive. So I get -1 times these things, they give me 3 over 2. So this is my slope of the equation of the line. Now I have point, I have slope. I plug it inside the formula. The formula is y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. Plug inside the formula, I get the equation of the line. Any questions so far? Anyone has a question? Is it clear how to find the equation of the line and how to find the equation when the example gave me perpendicular line or they give me parallel line. Okay, if there is no questions, so this is the last example of this section. So the exam 1 will be next week for all section from the beginning of this semester. It will be next Thursday, okay?